got accepted into nursing school. Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, guys, my name is Metta and I make content about nursing, lifestyle, and everything in between. But let's go ahead and get right into it. If you guys are reading the title, then you can tell that I got accepted into nursing school. I mean, this is like one of my biggest goals and I just cannot believe that it's actually happened for me. But first, before we get into that, if you're interested in these type of videos, nursing content, nursing student content, go ahead and stop what you're doing and subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button for this video and also turn on your notifications so you know when I drop my next video. I've been keeping up with my videos. You've seen that I was last in Miami and I actually found out that I was accepted on my way home. It's so crazy. I was on the flight, just like, you know how they're telling you to turn off your phone for the airplane mode. I was about to do that, but I'm like, let me check my email randomly. I don't even know why I said that. I checked my email, y'all, and I just saw congratulations, and I started freaking out, like hyperventilating, everything on the plane. I know they probably thought I was just like super crazy, but I was just so ecstatic, y'all. It's been a very, very tough journey for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it because I know you guys are like, what journey are you talking about, girl? Like, what happened to you? So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that now for you guys. And if you see me looking down at my phone, I hate rambling now. So I'm just like looking at my notes to make sure that I don't like skip anything because I really wanna put this out there for someone who may be going through the same thing or starting their nursing journey as well, whatever the case may be. So anyways, starting at the very beginning, guys, I started at my 4-year college straight out of high school. I was so excited. I got into my dream college. Went to Georgia State. I graduated from Georgia State, but in the very beginning, y'all, my journey was not cream and pie. It was not easy. Your girl was a party girl and things just got rough. My very first semester, I feel like college just hit me hard. I didn't really understand how different it was from high school. You know, in high school, you're so surrounded by your peers, you're hanging out with your friends, you're in school all day, so you don't have any choice but to get your work done. And with college, it's completely different. It's all up to you to like really stay disciplined, really stay on your grind and make sure you're getting things done. And that is just not what I did. I did not focus and I ended up getting put on probation, if you guys know what that means. I basically lost my financial aid. I wasn't able to like pay for classes because I was so scared. Y'all, this is so transparent, but I have to let y'all know because someone out there may be knowing the same or going through the same thing. But I got put on probation. I was so scared to tell my parents because they thought I was out there like doing so great. So I started like figuring out ways to like make my own money to try and pay for y'all, try and pay for these classes that are like $2,000 or $3,000 because mind you, I'm going to like one of the biggest universities in the state of Georgia. So it wasn't cheap, it wasn't easy. That ended up like just exhausting me. And then I had my biggest blessing, my son in 2016. And that also slowed me down a little bit for sure. I took some time off, but I am such a I can't like, what am I trying to say? I basically cannot stop if I know I have a goal, and my goal was always to finish school. Like I never had a plan B, like, oh, I'll be a singer or a rapper or something like that. Like I always knew being a nurse was always my end goal. So even though I was like struggling with school and struggling with my, you know, being a new mom, a young mother, I would still like sign up for these classes and essentially like not do the work because I would get stressed out with having to pay for the class, you know, pay for things as a young mom. Being a new mom, I think I was at 20 years old, was very, very overwhelming for me. So I would, like I said, I would sign up for these classes and I would fail and I just really, really effed up my GPA. Let's fast forward. All of that happened to me and, you know, I just went through life. I started to like get a regular job. I think I got like a real deal job at State Farm, y'all, thinking I was like, you know, about to just settle into that career and until school finished, but life happens and I was like, you know what, Metta, let's just stop wasting time and get back into school. So I re-enrolled into Georgia State. I did amazing actually. I got all A's. I ended up on the dean's list for that year in 2018. just to give you guys a timeline. This is 2018. I'm back at Georgia State. I'm doing amazing because at this point, I'm like, you know what? I didn't do terribly. That was just 1 year of, you know, schooling, and I didn't like get all F's. I had some A's and some B's, but you guys know, like, starting off fresh and there's no other grades for that, you know, transcript, that 1 W, that 1 F really chomps at your GPA. I still had confidence. I was like, I'm gonna just retake some classes, gonna build up. I started taking A and P. I took my A and P 1 in the lab. I made an A in both classes. So I was doing amazing, guys. I applied to the program, for the nursing program for that year, and I was not accepted. I was in the GPA requirement for what you needed, but I was just making it. Like, I think I had like a 2.9 or a 3.0, and they needed at least a 2.8 to accept you. So as you can see, like, I was very close to that deadline. It just didn't work out for me. I fell into a huge depression, y'all. Like, the biggest depression of my freaking life. I just felt like everything was over. I felt like, if I can't be a nurse, then what am I going to do? And even though I was making all A's and could have essentially graduated within like the next year and a half, I let that rejection take me to like rock bottom, y'all. I let it really mess with my head. Like, I started to doubt myself. I started to like think, is this even really for me? Is school for me? Just a whole bunch of things taking me down a rabbit hole. And if this is you right now out there thinking about your life decisions, and if this is like journey is for you, girl, keep going, because you just really never know what will happen and how life will like take its course. Because when I tell you guys, in 2018, 2019, I was just literally so depressed with everything around me. Like, I didn't care about school. Again, I was still taking these classes, probably like failing them because, you know, something in me just wouldn't just let me quit. Depression was real, y'all. And I just really thought that I would never make it out. Got back focused, and I was still taking these classes. Wasn't on the dean list anymore, but I was still going to classes at Georgia State. If you guys go down to my videos, you can see where I graduated and, you know, finished that degree. So everything ended out well. And I was so proud of myself for finally finishing. I don't care if it took me 4 or 6 years, I finished and I got my degree. This is the time that I really got reignited in my flame for nursing. And I was like, well, you know what? Let me just surround myself with healthcare. I joined CNA school. That's where I began my whole CNA YouTube journey. You guys can go ahead and watch that below. I started CNA school because I'm like, well, I at least want to work in the hospital. I at least want to be surrounded by people that are doing the things that I'm doing. You know, this will probably motivate me more. And I was not wrong, y'all. This motivated me to the maximum. CNA school was amazing. I was able to get some really good training from a really good teacher, and it set me up for greatness. Working in the hospital will definitely ignite your flame. If you feel like you're burnt out and you're just like watching everyone go to nursing school or, you know, start their journey and you just feel like that hasn't happened for you, I definitely recommend CNA school or becoming a CNA, a PCT, because it gives you that experience that you need. It honestly helped me realize if I wanted to be a nurse. I've been a CNA or PCT in the ER now for about a year and a half coming up. And there was a point like halfway through where I was like, okay, well, is nursing really for me? And I had to like work through that and like really like marinate on that question. And being in the hospital will really help you answer, is nursing really for me? And even though I had hard nights, even though I got slammed some nights I would work my tail off, but I still was able to make it through. And from that experience, I knew that I wanted to be a nurse. During this entire process of me becoming a CNA, going to CNA school, working in the hospital, I was able to find another program that I had really been interested in. It is a 2-year program. It's talked about a lot. Every time I like tell coworkers or tell anyone else that's currently a nurse about the program that I'm in, they're like, oh yeah, girl, that's a good, I hope you get in. 2020, I went ahead and applied for them and started retaking some of the courses that I did poorly in at Georgia State. I started to retake classes, rebuild that GPA. At this point, I'm like, girl, you have to do it, because you guys know if you're a nursing student or on the same journey that some of your classes will time out. You're taking science classes, you're taking your A&P, you're taking your microbiology. A lot of these schools and programs have a maximum time frame from how long you've taken it, and usually it's about 5 years. So I was coming up on that point, y'all. I'm like, okay, well, I have to go ahead and apply to this program because I do not want to retake heavy science classes anymore. Like, I'll retake things like English or math, but for me, retaking A&P was just gonna be way too much, or microbiology. So I started retaking these classes, you know, certain things to build my GPA. And that was a process too, man. I retook some classes that I made a B in just to get an A. And that was like very humbling. You know, like going through that process and having to retake things that you know you've already passed, you know, just to apply to something that you may not even get into. I had to like put so much faith in God, so much faith in myself, because God, there's this verse that I always think about that he says that he has plans for your good, not plans for disaster, and just plans for hope and to give you hope. Verse would just always play in my head like, Metta, God has something in store for you. Yes, these classes are tedious. Yes, you're taking 5 to 6 months at a time, because you know a whole semester would pass by of me taking these classes over. So fast forward, I retake the classes, I build my GPA up, I take the entrance exam for this program, y'all, and I got accepted. Also have a clip of when I first submitted my application, y'all, and it's so cute and so innocent, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert that clip now. Okay guys, this is a super random video, and I don't know if this will ever make it to the day of light of day, whatever. I just did something really, really big. I just applied to nursing school. I just submitted my application. I submitted it online earlier this afternoon around noon. I actually went up there, y'all. I'm so extra. I went up to speak with the health team advisement this morning, just to make sure that everything that I put on my on my application is good, and there, you know, it's not gonna get kicked back or anything. So I did it. This is just like, I wanted to do a really raw video of how I looked, how I felt, and like just the circumstances of my life at the current time, because when I look back on this video, it's probably gonna either make or break me. I don't know yet. But many tears, so many retaking classes, sacrifices, feeling like I'm left behind, feeling like the whole world is just moving and I'm not. Also a lot of growth, a lot of getting to understand myself, understanding why things may have went wrong, why God may have not granted. Because if you guys don't know, I have applied to nursing school in 2018, and I was on the dean's list and all that stuff. But at the time, I wasn't, even though I was on the dean's list that semester, it didn't move my actual overall GPA that much. You know how that goes. So I didn't get accepted that year, and I was so devastated, y'all. I was so sad, and it really changed the trajectory of my life. It really changed the pathway of my life, like big time. Like that type of depression, I really just felt like my life was over. I felt like all the work that I had did was for no reason. It really played with my mindset and how I viewed myself, how I viewed like life and like where I was going. I think at that point, I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and work. Like school ain't for me. Even though like I've always felt like I am like one of the brightest people in my family and always with my peers, I was like, school is not for me, y'all. Like I don't care if I'm smart. Like this ish obviously is not gonna lead me to my dream, so why am I doing it? But I gained back motivation. As you guys can see, did CNA school just so I could be in the hospital and gain hospital setting experience. I finished that, I accomplished that, and that's always going to be something I hold near to my heart, because it taught me work ethic, something I really did not have prior to being a CNA. And it taught me just how to persevere through hard times, even though things may not be like exactly going your way. All to like finally just hit send on the application today. So they usually take about 4 to 6 weeks to let you guys know, or let the applicants know, let me know. Like I'm so used to like being an outsider and like looking at the process of the application that like it's so surreal to now be an applicant. Weeks after we submit, I'm gonna find out. I'm not gonna like check my email or stalk my email every day. Let everything be in God's hands, because God is faithful. Getting accepted now is a lot different. I'm getting older, so it means like financial freedom for myself, for my son, for my family. Like I'm just like a little bit more in tune with myself. This 5 years later, how many years is that? Yeah, 5 years later. And I wish I could tell myself 5 years ago, like, girl, it's okay. You will make it. Because after I got denied, I like just literally did not care about school, y'all. I was still going for a little bit, but I wasn't there. Like, I was going and failing and messing up my GPA even worse. No matter what the results are, I'm so proud of myself for like persevering. The way it goes, I'm gonna be successful. Like, I got accepted, and when I tell you that was the most gratifying feeling ever, and also the scariest feeling ever, because it's like now the hard work of like working to get to acceptance is over, and I actually have to like go and complete nursing school. So that is just, it's scaring me a little bit, but I feel so blessed. I feel so empowered. I feel like I can be an example to others who are, you know, out there watching this video, some of my friends, some of my family, because you really never know who is watching you and who's being inspired by you. But I know with this channel, that is my main goal, and it's something that I really talked about in my very first video. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. I just, at my lowest point, telling y'all in my very first video, I'm just like, I just want to inspire you guys, no matter what stage of this journey that you're in. I probably was just talking to myself, but now that I'm actually in there, you know, accepted, if you are where I was in 2018, I just want to say, girl, get up. Girl, get up and keep on working. Keep on striving for your goals. If you know deep down in your heart that nursing is for you, or even if you're not even, you know, into the nursing program, or you just want to be in the medical field, period, whatever that dream is, I know it's hard. I know it's gonna be a lot. I know it's taking a toll on you, girl, but you can finish this. So excited because now I'm gonna be like making more content for you guys. Nursing student vlogs, prepping for nursing school, like the things I'm gonna like buy. So I'm definitely gonna be doing like a nursing haul, making sure that you guys are just on this journey with me, y'all, because y'all really have been here with me from the very, very beginning. Y'all saw when I first started CNA school. Y'all started when I started my brand new job. And now it's time for y'all to follow along with me on this nursing journey. Have any tips, any comments for me, any advice on starting nursing school, just go ahead and drop the tips for your girl in the comments, because I really will need it. If you're watching this video, girl, don't give up. You can do it. And it'll be in a matter of time, and you'll be making your own acceptance vlog on how you got accepted and this, that, and the third. And I just want to encourage you to keep going. If you are a Christian, stay in your Bible. If you believe, whatever you believe in, stay connected with your source of energy. Stay connected, because that will really carry you through the hard times when you don't have any friends to talk to, and no one really understands this journey too. Like, a lot of people did not understand how hard I worked to get to this point. So I understand. I believe in you. If no one has told you that they believe in you, I believe in you. I'm a future registered nurse. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know I'm so happy. Like, this is just a feeling that I've never felt before. My future is so bright. So many things are on the way. I can like discuss specialties, like what I want to do with my life, and it feels great. Again, if you guys like this type of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Definitely more YouTube videos to come on this journey. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I will see you guys in my next vlog.
I can't see it there.